podcast. Let me go across. We have Arvind Chandra, Chief Executive Officer at Tenneco Clean Air, joining us this morning. It's good having you here, Arvind, because it gives us a perspective on what's playing out. Your order book now covers FY28 pretty much fully. Are you already winning orders for FY29 and beyond? What segments are you looking at? Give us a sense.
I'll just start by saying that we've possibly had the best year ever for Tenneco in India. And both on a Q4 basis and a full year basis, we've had an excellent year. Our value-added revenues have grown 17.5%. Our EBITDA and PAT on a quarterly basis have grown even faster, which is fantastic. On a full year basis, our revenues have grown 12 plus out of the market on a volume basis. Our EBITDA percentages have also grown. In fact, I would like to say that we've registered possibly the best ever EBITDA percentage in our company's history of 18.8%. So nearly 19% EBITDA, and also an ROCE record of 94%. These are some of the best numbers you'll ever get in the auto sector in India. Also, I would like to say our order book has been very strong, 12,400 crores. And that automatically means that we have now announced our second plant expansion. Last quarter we announced a plant expansion for clean air in the north of India because our business was growing strongly with both passenger and commercial truck and off-highway business. Now, for the other business, which is the ART or the advanced ride technologies or suspension business, we've announced another new plant that will be in Maharashtra. So in North India and West India, if you combine the additional plant capex, that's about 140 crores. And we think of this volume, this capacity will peak around 28, 29.
And Arvind, 2 greenfield plants now announced. What's expected in terms of the revenue ramp-up timeline, and when do you expect these facilities to reach full capacity?
The planning and the planning of the greenfields have already started. So around 27, 28 is when the revenues will pick up. I think by 28, 29, these will reach peak. And that's why we think that beyond just the domestic growth. So there's two or three kinds of growth, right? One is just the basic business growth because of India Inc., right? India's GDP growth, people are buying more vehicles. So just the basic volume growth of the market. And that's why we have to add capacity. But also, we are also growing in market share, right? We've proven that even pre-IPO to now, our shock absorber or ART business market share has really grown very strongly. So we're also taking away market share through disruptive technology. Like I always said, even during the IPO and post that, we are a technology company. And every time there's technology and complexity and affordability, a combination of these are involved, then Tenneco always comes out strongly. So I think that's going to be our key vector for growth, using technology to disrupt and to gain market share and to grow further.
And DCX DaVinci has seen strong OEM interest beyond Mahindra. How many OEM platforms are you targeting in the next 12 to 18 months?
So obviously, I cannot comment on businesses that we are looking at currently. But all I will say is this. This is by far the most exciting thing that's happening in India right now in the auto sector. The DaVinci DCX non-linear damping, what we think is the world's best mechanical suspension system out there. It's the best combination of technology and affordability, right? This is what OEMs want. This is what Indian consumers want. And the demand and the excitement we're seeing from the OEMs to social media and again, these are independent people who are doing their own evaluation, is that it gets you 90% of there in terms of ride quality, right? But at an affordable price. And I think that's why beyond, of course, Mahindra, and you see the marketing all over various media, but beyond Mahindra, other Indian OEMs, Japanese OEMs, Korean OEMs, there's a lot of interest. And in fact, even commercial vehicle OEMs, there's some other very interesting developments there. But again, that's the mechanical part, the DaVinci suspension. But also, don't forget, we're also in the electronics and software-enabled, semi-active solution. So that goes into the premium segment. That's also going well. So both in terms of the most advanced suspension from a mechanical standpoint and also from standpoint of electronic software-enabled suspension. I think we have the right technology for the next 5 to 10 years to lead the market and shape the market.
Okay. And exports now form around 20% of the order book. US and EU tariff reductions. What's the medium-term export revenue target? And give us the mix with regard to export versus total.
So our current exports is only 5%, 5-6% of sales, but our order book is coming somewhere between 14 to 20% of the total order book, which already indicates that we are now starting to see a lot of traction. One is technology equalization, right? Because India is at the same level of technology as other regions like Europe and the US, so we can export the same product that we're selling to a Tata Mahindra back to a European or a US OEM. The other one is OEMs themselves are looking for India as part of the China Plus One strategy to source out of India. So India automatically becomes the export hub. Now, on top of that, because of labor cost arbitrage, we're also able to compete more effectively and win more business. Again, exports can be both, right? It's exports to third-party OEMs, but it's also exports back to our Tenneco entities. They could be Tenneco Europe, Tenneco US, and these could be everything from small child parts. They could be sub-assemblies. They can even be finished goods, right? So we're seeing a lot of traction. Exports, as you know, they come in at a slightly better margin for us. So I think we're able to kind of equal or better margin. So we're able to kind of add them to our portfolio. And of course, from a growth vector, it adds to our market outperformance. So we're looking for exports to continue to be a very high percentage of our total overall order book. And I won't give you a percentage number, but you can see from the range of 14 to 20% that I'm giving you that it's going to keep increasing. Now, the good news is the domestic business is also growing, right? Like I said, because we are shaping the market in areas like shock absorbers, that business, we are not just growing organically with the volume, but we're also taking up, growing with higher market share. And same thing on clean air business. We haven't lost any share. We're keeping it strong and steady. Every time there's technology and complexity and affordability involved, both on the clean air, the powertrain, and also on the shock absorber side, it's usually Tenneco that ends up winning. And we're very excited about that.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Arvind, for coming in and giving us that view with regard to Tenneco.